What's going on, folks? It's your man Jay. Real brief video, just me talking. So if you don't want to hear a good discussion video, you can feel free to go check out some of my other videos. But this video is just going to be 10 reasons why I like the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. And the first thing I could start with, obviously, is the screen. This has got to be one of the most beautiful, just huge 6.8-inch display. Phones are getting so big now, and you have to go bezel-less like this. You have to squeeze as much of the bezel out as you can. And this phone does a great job at it. Tons of phones have slim bezels, but I really like the way Samsung did this. You know, it's a boxy design, but it in fact is a beast mode screen. The Quad HD display is absolutely stunning. I've demoed this on several different videos, so I don't really feel the need to go too deep into it now, but I'm telling you, this display, just even without watching videos, you can look at all this screen you get. It's absolutely beautiful, man. And the brightness, look at where it's at. It's down. So we crank that brightness up. Look at that. That's just crazy. That's just beautiful. The colors pop. It's very beautiful. It's a good look, man. This is one of the most beautiful displays on the market. Quad HD, Super AMOLED, Dynamic AMOLED, whatever they want to call it. It's beautiful. The next thing I like about this phone is the battery life. So let's check my battery real time right now to see where I'm at. I got 31% left, and we'll go over to device. And it's probably going to be a little weaker in this area. I haven't been able to clear this. Oh, well, still says excellent. So let's optimize it. I'll go in here and do this optimization just to clear stuff out. And then we'll go over to see what my screen on time is. Let me get my battery, my glasses. Let's go over here. Let's go to battery. So right now I got 6 hours and 23 minutes of screen on time. And it's been off the charger for 17 hours. And it says I got about 15 hours left. I doubt that I have 15 hours left, but someone had asked me, said, "Oh, Jay, you haven't been using the phone. It says idle for 17 hours. And I'm like, no, I've been using this phone like crazy, man. For some reason in here, it doesn't really display what I've been doing. It says 2 hours of Chrome and it says an hour and a half of YouTube, but I've been doing way more than an hour and a half of YouTube. That's pretty much what I do on the phone. So yeah, I don't know, man. It doesn't display the information like it should, but I definitely have done more than an hour and a half of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I do a whole bunch of Twitter, a whole bunch of Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Chrome browser, web surfing, emails, in and out of those all day long. This battery is just killer. I'm gonna get at least almost 8 hours of screen on time almost every charge that I do this phone, man. I got 30% left and I got just about 6.5 hours of screen on time. I'm gonna be able to get another hour and a half more than likely. That's just the way this phone does. So battery life is killer, folks. Another thing I like about the phone is the performance. Now, swiping through menus and doing all this kind of stuff, that's cool, but the overall day-to-day tasks of using this device, that is how I've been measuring the performance. I don't have any crashes. Everything keeps loading fast throughout the entire day. On a daily basis, this phone performs stupendous. It's freaking amazing. It's just crazy how good this performance is, meaning I don't have any problems, and it's doing everything I need it to do. I could run benchmarks and I could do all that crazy stuff, but reality is the phone does everything I need it to do and never slows down on me. So performance, high check marks for this, because people always say Samsung phones lag after a while. I don't see that happening. I haven't seen that happen in a very long time, to be honest. So performance for me is a beast on this thing. I love it. The next thing on the list, number 4 on my list, is the S Pen. These are in no particular order, but I just kind of, you know, jotted down 10 things. The S Pen is the truth. I have used the Galaxy Note 10 Plus S Pen for so many things. Like when I go to events and things like that, and you hear people give this example the most, but it's true, son. This is how I use the phone the most, with PDF documents, having to sign things. Like if I had to print something, like I have something that I had to do, and I said, well, I can do that on my Galaxy Note. Sweet. Get out a PDF editor, fill it all out, sign it at the bottom, email it back to the person. super handy. Now my top features that I use in the S Pen suite is the Smart Select and the Screen Write. I do a gang of stuff on the Screen Write, and I have a lot of notes too. I don't want to open them up, but being able to write on the screen with the screen off, with the phone off, like if I power it off, pull this out, being able to jot down notes on here is so sweet, man. And I can just do whatever I want to do with it, man. I can do whatever I want to do with it. It has an in-screen fingerprint reader, and that's just, I'll get to that in a second. But the S Pen is sweet. It's a feature that once you start using it, I hear a lot of people say, I got the Galaxy Note, but I don't even pull the S Pen out. Folks, you spent your money, get the most out of your product, especially when I'm editing. Oh man, when I'm in Power Director, the S Pen is a champ. When I go down to Power Director and I'm editing, and I've edited a lot of videos on this thing. I had to delete some because I had so many. But when I'm digging down deep in there and I want to get on that timeline, that S Pen comes in handy. For real, for real. Another thing that I absolutely love are the cameras. Now, I've used these cameras. I used these cameras for 30 days straight to run my YouTube channel. And at that time, remember, everything was in 4K at 60 frames per second. I kind of tapered off every now and then. Like right now I'm using my DSLR to record. But I've been back. Most of my videos now are in 4K. It's a process. I don't really care about the loading times and the rendering times. I don't really care about that. It's just getting it edited and stuff like that. You know, that's the thing. But most of my videos now are in 4K 60 frames per second or just 4K. And you can thank the Galaxy Note for that. And recently, you can thank the iPhone 10, iPhone 11 Pro. You can thank these two phones for pushing out that great 4K content. However, the Galaxy Note, the Galaxy, yes, hashtag the Galaxy right now. The Galaxy Note 10 Plus and the Note 10 have fantastic cameras, folks. They have some of the best 4K footage. To me, it's like if I'm doing YouTube, it's amazing. These cameras take great photos. I gave somebody this phone. They just got a new phone, and it was like, man, God, these cameras are fantastic. I said, yeah. The cameras do 4K on the front and the rear, and it has quote unquote portrait video, which is basically live focus video on the Galaxy Note. It's totally awesome. I shot the iPhone 11 Pro's video with the Galaxy Note with the live focus feature with the black and white filter, beast mode. I shouldn't have to say too much about the cameras. It's incredible. Another thing, number 6 here is the build quality. Now I have a skin on this, and this is strictly just for grip, and it makes it look really good, and I get to preserve the back with no scratches or anything like that. And then I have a screen protector on the front, Rinky Strong with that screen protector. But this is the white model, because you can see I have the silver around the sides. But the overall build quality of this thing is solid. It's a thin phone too, man. It's crazy how thin this phone is, and you know, it's so it's got the right amount of weight. It's not too heavy. It feels lighter than the iPhone 11 Pro Max for sure. And even the 11 Pro, it feels a little bit lighter than that one with daily use, even though it's much bigger. But the build quality on this thing is absolutely great. While I'm not a fan of these curved sides, I would have rather had more rounded corners than the boxy corners and the curved screen. But that's just me. It does have very, very, very nice build quality, and I enjoy it. Now let's talk about software and features and just anything dealing with the software. Bang 'em up features. Now, besides the S Pen, the phone is packed with a lot of different things, man. I really, really enjoy everything it offers, man. And where's one of my favorites? Where is it at? Screen recorder. I like to do quick videos sometimes, and I'll just pop on a screen recorder so I can give you an up close and personal of what I'm talking about, and that phone has it built in. I really enjoy that. But there are a ton of features and options. Being able to customize this phone right here, which leads me into 7 and 8 kind of go together. Features and options, memory options, and Samsung theme store. I love it, man. So it's all a part of the Samsung ecosystem, if you will. So Samsung, with them, you don't have to pretty much buy anything extra when it comes to icon packs, and you don't have to. They're there. You can buy them, but you can changed this phone to look completely different from the Samsung theme store, which I think is one of the best things about Samsung phones. The customizations and options that you get on the phone without spending any more money are there. They're flat out there. Now, as far as memory options go, for the Plus, you get an SD card and you get an option for a 256 or a 512. Still under the cost of several other phones. So the software and the customizations, the memory options, everything dealing with the internals of this phone is just ridiculous. Speaking of internals, the processing power goes back to performance, which is the third thing on my list. It has all the latest internals. But software, you get facial recognition, you get an in-screen fingerprint reader. Other features and options, you get wireless charging, reverse wireless charging. The list goes on and on. It would be way more than 10 things that I like about this phone, but I wanted to keep it as short as possible. So we've just ran over 10 minutes, so I'll go ahead and get this closed out. The stereo speakers on here is really, they are good. Really loud stereo speakers. You will enjoy the speakers on this thing, hands down. You got one in the earpiece up there on the top, and then you've got the one coming out of the bottom down there. And there's a really thin earpiece along the top, and they did a good job of concealing that. The last thing I like about this phone is how much I paid for it. Samsung has some of the best trade-in deals ever. Without any trade-in deals, without any promos, this is just another expensive piece of tech in your pocket. And so with those promo deals that you get, Samsung really hammers it home by giving you Galaxy Buds, a free watch. You get to choose money to spend in the store. It was just some great deals. And I believe right now they're still kind of giving away things with the phone. Let me tell you something, guys. A big misconception that people have about Samsung phones is that they aren't worth anything. Well, worth is the person holding the phone, value. You put that on you. I feel like giving up my old 2-year-old iPhone 10 for $600 was a killer deal considering what I got. Galaxy Buds, smartwatch, and the phone. And I could have chosen other things, but Samsung's deals on their phones, you know, to a person who's looking through a small little tube, oh, those phones aren't worth anything, and you know the value has gone down. Okay, so resale value isn't that high on the phone, but that's because you're not paying a lot of money up front for it, and so the market is dictated that way. But I can guarantee you this is a premium piece of hardware, and I feel like you feel how you want to feel. I feel like the Galaxy Note for $600, the Galaxy, hashtag one more time, the Galaxy, is a killer deal. It's like one of the best deals on the internet. That's with the trade-in, yes. But you know what? Even without the trade-in, they still give away free Galaxy Buds, free smartwatch. Other OEMs should take note of that. Why not throw that stuff in the box if you're going to ask over $1,000 for a phone? Samsung may get crapped on about, you know, oh, the resale value. You only hear that stuff from Apple people, like dedicated Apple people. Obviously, I've spoken about, you know, the resale value on the iPhone being really good, and it's not that great on the Samsung phones, but that's not just the Samsung phones. That's just pretty much a lot of the Android phones, excluding like Huawei and phones like that. But that doesn't mean that these phones are not worth anything or they don't have good value to the person holding it. I feel like this is a much better deal than any iPhone I've ever purchased. For that matter, any phone I've ever purchased. I don't know of any other OEMs that give you earbuds and a smartwatch with your purchase and allow you to do a trade-in. That's unheard of. That is unheard of. For the price that we pay for these iPhones and several other Android phones, they don't give you anything. I guess I can only say that with Apple, though, man. Apple's the only one charging these thousands of dollars, and they're not throwing anything else in the hat. Nothing. Samsung gets mad props for me for doing that. And folks, that's 10 reasons why I really, and a little bit of bonus footage for you there, 10 reasons why I really enjoy the Galaxy. Come on, folks, say it with me. The Galaxy, hashtag the Galaxy in the comments. That's 10 reasons why I really enjoy this phone, and it is a hard phone to put down when I start reviewing other phones. But I'm going to have to, because I got some good stuff on the way. It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me the reasons you like the Galaxy Note 10 Plus in the comments, and I'll chat with you there. I'm out.